AsterArise 5-man soak. I love that dog champ. A little Awu there.
Yeah,
What's your best Awu? Can I get your best Awu?
My best Awu?
That's pretty spot on. Yeah. I couldn't even tell the difference. Yeah, you gotta spam it a couple times.
I could have better than that. Wait.
11 out of 10.
Ow!
You sound like
How was that?
definitely a puppy, you know?
Like an engine.
I'm not sure. And now you're like part cat. I don't know what's going on over there.
My car engine. Ow! No.
Oh god.
9 out of 10. I like it.
11 out of 10.
You haven't heard
As
my
was
Goku
written.
scream.
No, I haven't. But I used to. We used to scream before we went live.
Yeah, but I perfected my Goku scream. 11 seconds of pure screaming. I got it down to a T. I'll show you next time.
Have you perfected it enough where your hair color changes?
There's your answer.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. I just like the dog too.
Yeah,
The
very
little
cute.
dog at the end, the emote.
Where did that come from? That's not part of the. Is it part of Dog
It's
Champ
dog
as well?
champ. Yeah, I think so. Get a pause here before anything really goes down. A little bit of lag for Siamese Cat and Uu.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it seems
actually,
like...
all of AsterArise looking to disconnect and XM.
No, not the other Titan. Is the chat here?
Almost all of AsterArise.
All right then. Speak up. Bot lane.
Yes.
How's it gonna go? I'll flame you if you're wrong.
Bot lane. X Nova doesn't really play too aggressively, but he's gonna throw some spirits out there to start. I think Sylar maintains his lane pretty well. He's okay.
Is
I
Sylar
think he's
gonna
fine.
free farm or not?
Against the Bristle, it could be dangerous. But I think X Nova will give him enough space to work with. Enough
They're the perfect
information.
salesman. Is this purchase worth it? Potentially. But-
Potentially. It depends how you use it.
Yeah. Like in theory, Medusa, if there's no like arrow on him or any sort of goose stacking happening, he should be fine because the lane is always gonna push into him. There's a magic stick, mana shield. Should be easy for him. Top lane might be a little bit harder for the Morphling though, especially early on.
I want to see how quickly Chalice gets into this Vanguard.
6 minutes.
You think 6 minutes? Okay. Timer's on the clock.
Actually, after seeing that first wave, 6:30.
He got 2 CS. He was happy with that, but Siamese Cat getting the denies. He's got himself 2 denies already, but your spike, the right click damage, may not feel so comfortable moving forward anymore in that lane as he's sitting a bit low.
Ooh,
We'll see. We'll see how Chalice does.
Ooh,
Gonna get a lot of creeps with this one. We'll see how hard he's gonna be hitting going in, and 115.
Looked a lot more in there.
He's just not confident to run in, but I don't blame him.
Yeah, it's scary. Running into Axe on Lion. With the battle hanger on you.
Mid
A lot of
lane
D1
taking a
coming out
look.
from the bot lane.
See how XM does here up against Phoenix. 11-1 to the 11-0 of this puck. And use that Ether Remnant to hit those last hits. A little wing from Ulu.
Yeah. Very distracting in the middle of a game.
That's the point. Just like a real dog that jumps on your keyboard and wants you to pet him during the game, the wooing distracts you as well. all according to plan.
Oh yeah, I mean most of these. What are they actually meant for? You know, like when you make them, what is your thought process as a team? As distracting as possible, or trademark our team, or what are they thinking? You know? You're more of a business person than me, so I'm asking you.
I think it, you know, you get 3 voice lines. So one is marketing, one is to get into your opponent's heads, and the other one is either or to get the fans to purchase.
Which one is AU?
Both, actually. Bristle losing that ring of health, by the way.
Oh, he did?
That is unfortunate, yeah, on his career.
It's a big loss. He's already on into the game. And Axe is getting his right now.
Yeah, his courier won't die coming to him. He'll get his ring of health. Meanwhile, Bristles won't.
Yeah, how is mid lane looking? Very even. I'm still not convinced by this Void Spirit into puck picking. I've hated it in Season 2 already, you know that. I've always hated it. It's just a lot easier for puck to make plays happen come mid-game. And the lane, he's not even losing anymore because there's so many runes. Getting a refill from the Mirana.
Ooh. Aether Remnant, that lands on the Mirana, but the Water Rune is picked up and bottled by Phoenix.
The Lion is also showing up to the show. But he's just a sidekick. Nobody cares about him. Medusa free farming. Mid lane free farming. Axe.
Ooh, going down for first blood. I'm surprised. Ooh, getting a kill. Yeah, with no lion, but still, I don't know if I expect that to happen.
Well, that's what you get. You're helping your mid laner. You often has to suffer. As I said, Chalice is not the kind of guy to just sit still and, you know, wait. Like, he likes to be up close and personal. Pays the price this time.
Yeah.
6:30, still looking on the menu though.
Certainly, yeah, it could be that timing. Vanguard boots. Gets that at a decent timing. Should look good. Maybe get into a quick blink, depending on how the lane goes. But off that death, that's not really something that's going to be too great for that start. We'll see what XM wants to do once he hits level 6. One of those heroes that really gets off the lane pretty early on, and taking a look over towards bottom, they're chasing this Bristle who's starting to burn out, and eventually with the Hex on him, Sylar will get the kill onto the Bristle. So now both carries getting themselves something out of the mix.
You gotta be favoring EHOME come mid-game though. Like, the team fight is so overwhelming with the Supernova Stone Gaze, Axe Call as well. There's just too many tools they have and too many problems for Aster to deal with. I wonder how they surpass that problem, or rather overcome that problem, because we've seen in our last series, overwhelming team fight in game 2, just absolutely crushed Phoenix Gaming.
Auto refill there from X-Nova to XM. He's now got that level 6, so the cosmetic comes into play. They've got both their supports here. They're going to Astral Step, but the Silence from the Waning Rift now goes to the Illusory Orb and the Earth Spike, so he can't jump to it. They've got the Astral Step once again, but the Dream Coil, the Fire Spirits, Phoenix burning out, and will survive with 7 health. Oh, the calculations were there for Puck. He stays alive.
Yeah, no burning here.
No, not on this team.
Unfortunate. But now Axe, you just see farming away at that Vanguard. Very survivable.
Yeah.
Cutting all these camps. Very annoying to deal with if you're Dire. Puck TPing back in. No
Especially
coil
when he's
though.
taking your jungle.
Yeah. He might be missing the next creep wave though. Oh, Korea.
Oh, gets a courier.
Easy.
And now he's looking for the creep wave. Hey, all right, he got it all. Wow, that's efficiency there from Chalice. And And he's got his boots. He's going into the blink dagger waveform. Axe too smart for Ulu. Knows that's coming. And the waveform wasted to try and get himself a courier that he can't grab.
Yeah, and Chalice now soundly out farming the Morphling. All 3 cores sitting, well, not at the top, but towards the top of the net worth. And Puck is struggling quite a lot, actually.
Down towards the bottom.
Now, who's gonna get the next rune?
Ooh, they've got this Elder Titan in a bit of trouble. 2-man Dream Coil. Sunray arrow lands onto the Void Spirit, but is it enough damage? No, it's not, thanks to X-Nova. But they've got the Bristle coming in. Siamese Cat, he ends up dropping. So does Fate. It ends up being a trade. XM, ooh, Resonant Pulse is available. He'll use it, but he is looking dead to rights, and that's exactly what he is. As Ares takes him, AsterArise takes him out.
Yeah, and straight to the stacks. Mr. Beck says, thanks for leading me here. I wanted to go here anyways. A little bit out of mana, though.
Kill.
In fact, he has 0 mana. How's Chalice looking? No, still cutting all the creep waves. Only 700 away from his blink suddenly.
Really jumping quickly towards the top of that net worth and beyond. And on top of which, you know, the Medusa, the space is there for Sylar.
Yeah. I mean, Morph is free farming, but he's the only one. I guess Bristol is also having a decent time. But we already spoke about Bristol and potentially running into a lot of problems in the mid game. Of course, Chip Vest also picked up. It always happens when you play Axe.
100% of the time, it happens every time.
What do you think about
Chalice.
my token idea, by the way? Spoke about it a little bit before.
I think we agreed in Romania. I thought it was the right idea, but I think we just had to tweak it, like the whole thing, right? Ooh, there's that blink dagger already. Jeez.
He has to be very careful on Ulu here. If he doesn't know the blink is there and gets caught in the creep wave under the tower, he's dead.
Full agi.
And
Or just
never mind.
Culling Blade as courier. So, well, he actually doesn't have the blink dagger yet, so it's not shown just yet.
This is a problem though. Like usually, top teams won't just
look at
allow you to
this.
do this. What are we
So
looking at?
Chalice plays this wisely. He kills the creep wave before the courier drops off the blink dagger to try and hide it as much as he can. But I would assume he's gonna pull this creep wave and give it up anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So
The thought
smart
was
for
there.
a while, but then not so smart. Nah, but it's like at high level you will see almost everyone doing that. It's just a pretty standard.
Oh, Morphling
play.
already waveformed in. Aether Remnant. He's morphing into
have to help
strength as
him.
much as he can. They've got the Hex, and now the Battle Hunger. There's the call, trying to pull him back. Dream Coil hits on XM. He's going to snap it immediately. They've got the Dissimulate as he morphs into this Void Spirit, and XM's the one who dies. He got them morph into the Strength, and there was nothing that EHOME could do afterwards, and the jump in from the rest of AsterArise that came over was perfect.
Yeah, you can't go on a Morphling. He will morph up. If you don't burst him, I think he went to like close to 3k health. They don't have enough burst damage to get through that in the early game, especially without the Phoenix or Finger. How is our boy Sylar looking? Very well for himself. XM is going straight into the axe. No
And
Yules,
he's taking
no
a lot of
shenanigans.
abuse from the Bristle.
Yeah, but he has a region rune. So he's going to be fine. Phoenix is looking for his level 6. He's going to be taking the bot lane for a while. And when does EHOME really want to start pushing a little bit, you know? They got this
Right.
early blink dagger on Axe, and they're looking for the Elder Titan. I thought they saw him, but just barely didn't. Finger is online as well, so whoever is up there gets called should just be dead.
And they should see this, but Fade's under a ward, so Siamese Cat knows, like, Fade's sitting there. This is where I need to position so I don't get caught. And immediately Fade now TPing towards mid, trying to defend this tower. But afterwards,
Axe
right
got
when he TPs, they see it. So they know that it's just Axe at this point. He was looking for the call. They've got the Dream Coil. Now the call comes afterwards, trying to survive. Starstorm right on top of him, and Yuna gets the kill on Chalice. So it's the information that's given by this ward that spots Fate leaving Chalice alone. And right as that happens, the TPs go the other way.
Yeah, very quick and efficient movement. Playing the early game very well. Aster Morphling still uncontested, but so is Medusa. And even though Axe died, he is still having an amazing game.
Yeah, he's right there with the
Sort of
morph, and
looking
he's
around.
closing in on the Manta.
Yeah. Like, Medusa, she has some problems against Elder Titan. Of course, the aura as well as the sleep. But Mirana, Hex,
Call, Hex Finger, and
Pretty
there's the
survivable.
Earth Spike. Wing Blade
Not
kill.
survivable enough.
No, but close, honestly. Something's considered with the finger call and all the lockdown there.
Do you think it's going to be one of those games where they think the best way to deal with Medusa is to not deal with Medusa at all? And that just gets back to bite them in the late game?
I think doing that is always just one of those game plans that's similar to, like, you know how we talked about Arc Warden playing for the defense all the time?
Yeah.
Like, that feels like a similar game plan. Call comes out onto the Bristle, and the 8th Remnant actually doesn't land. They've got the Hex to follow it up, but do they have the damage to get this kill? They're trying to drain his mana. The look over as the haste is picked up by X Nova. The Dream Coil misses! Oh. What a bit of a misplay coming in for the Phoenix.
Yeah, there was a tilt because he stole the haste, and he's like, I gotta kill you for this, and no. It's not easy to coil the diving Phoenix.
Yeah. Oh, I've got to kill you for this, and X Nova just waves the peace sign as he continues to fly away.
And Dusa's getting a free tower top.
Yeah, that, like, Sylar has certainly found his space.
100%. Like, EHOME is playing very well around this Medusa. Blade Mail now also completed on Axe. He's very big, but he hasn't had the most amount of impact yet with the farm he's gotten. It's a big ancient stack though for Sylar.
That should jump up quite heavily, potentially in front of this Morphling.
He's going straight MKB on Dusa. What do you think that's about?
I'm a little surprised, I would say.
Yeah, it looks like... I don't know why. They have no evasion or anything. We'll see if he goes away from it. I feel like Skadi is a must-have this game. It's so good against Bristol and Morphling, who already finished up his E-Blade. Now is the time to start pressuring. This E-Blade Puck combo, who just picked up his Blink as well, is going to be absolutely massive.
Do you think, like, is not going Ags at all for the Medusa the right play?
Yeah, I don't like Axe on Dusa anymore. You kind of miss your timing every time now. Simply because the talents aren't the same as they used to. They're smoking on the Dusa. Sylar might be getting caught out here. He's not sniffing it out at all.
Kind of stationary on this. He's got Stone Gaze to work with, but there's the Dream Coil as well as the Silence. He gets the Manta off, and he's trying to run with the Stone Gaze. Earth Splitter comes in. They've got the Sleep, and Earth Spike's in. Fingers there. They get the kill on the other Titan. Now they're going to look the other way, but they've got themselves the Hex coming through into the Bristleback as well as the call. Waveform in. Ulu out. But XM, does he have the damage? It doesn't look likely as the support duo of EHOME goes down in succession. And the chase is on. The arrow is there. That lands on XM. Probably a +1. Will be a +1. And with 1 + 1 + 1 equaling 3, that's the amount of heroes that go down for EHOME.
It might lead into Roshan. And this is the problem with Medusa sometimes. In the early game, you don't really deal a whole lot of damage. I thought they were going to turn it around. The support just a little bit out of position. No Supernova can get used. And they're suddenly really turning up the pace here.
Yeah, this is... You expect a team like EHOME, and I said also, you can't undervalue these other teams, but you expect a team like EHOME going up against AsterArise to be leading. But right now, AsterArise, they're holding their own.
Certainly are. As you said, and as I said before as well, I'm holding EHOME in a very high... what's the term?
Regard.
High regard, yeah. Like, I have high hopes for them, right? But they're not really showing right now why. Like, if they look like this in Game 2, potentially Game 3 as well, then it might be a pretty one-sided show for Elephant. Call on the Mirana. Can't solo kill
We'll
him,
see
though.
if they get anything of that. No. Now they've got the blink on this Lion, too, so they do have the blink follow-up from both the 3 and the 4 to make something happen.
It's gonna fall fast with Bristol back there. Do you have an answer, guys? The answer is no, we don't. It's gone.
They smoke. They're going to try. Can they get there in time? It's going to be a little bit late, it seems like. Arrow, Dream Coil. This is looking perfect. And now they're going to go to the Supernova, but the Earth Splitter comes through. They get the kill on the XM. They'll look over with the Hex. Mirana in some trouble. The Supernova doesn't go off. They get the kill. Perspec gets credit for that one. 2 already done on the side of EHOME. Sylar forced to Stone Gaze and run. But well, the arrow, if that lands, that would have been it. Man, AsterArise just playing pretty much perfectly and how they have to up against the EHOME side.
Yeah, definitely outpacing them right now. They just
Blink call on a 2 and the sleep. They got the Aegis.
gets him. Nice.
Sleep just not in time. And now the E-Blade blow up on a Chalice. It's just the Aegis for his life.
Yeah, Morph didn't react fast enough for the blink call. Morph up in time. But right now, it's a very good pace that Aster is setting. And as I said before, this Medusa item build is very questionable. Like, he's supposed to be the frontliner for the team. But can you do that if you go MKB first?
Yeah,
Probably
I don't
not.
know.
Like, you're not tanky enough right now. Looking for the Mirana. Arrow. It's just a solo kill.
Wow.
And a Kaiser Medusa as well.
Now is Sylar dead to this?
Stone
On
Gaze
the
is on
run,
cooldown.
doesn't have the Manta, and
Just
he'll
TP?
skip. Yeah. Apparently.
Really? Okay. A good recognition on his part. I thought there was an
The
arrow
just
coming
TP?
off cooldown. Yeah. It was well done by him.
I think it was like just coming off cooldown as that TP finished.
Yeah, they needed the morphling there. Who's closing in on his BKB. Boy Ulu is a little bit obese today. Had a very good breakfast.
Showing off his ooh-woo. And getting it done. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, definitely a
We'll
really good
see.
performance by him.
Yeah, we'll see if he can hold on to it, though. Sylar,
Yeah, that's always the
despite
question
the
with
fact
Morphin.
that he's been pressured, like, he still hasn't died. He's still farming relatively well.
Yeah, and you will have his MKB finished momentarily. And then at least you will have a decent amount of damage. The smoking up. Except the
I
finish
just don't
on
know
the
if it changes
Void Spirit.
the game, right? Like, does the MKB
Yeah.
really change much?
That's a good question. I thought the Scotty would, but MKB I'm not so sure. Smoke on Mirana old action. XM has to be really careful. Like, he counters the puck
Yeah.
right now, but the puck obviously also hard counters him. Same as Lion, really. They just counter each other. And they smoke up right after the Mirana ult.
Fade moving forward, breaks
Ooh.
the smoke, blinks back. Well done. Can he get away with that? XM, he'll astral step for some distance, and he will. So, smoke getting broken there.
We've seen the same thing last game, where the hero with the initiation tool is not leading. Somebody breaks the smoke and just blinks out instantly. Like, when you
Yeah.
smoke, you actually have to make sure that the guy who's supposed to initiate is in front. Just so you can get that kill. Once you get de-smoked, unsmoked, revealed. whatever term you wanna use. Oh, Acceptor on Bristleback. Let Goose City begin.
Yeah, that axe is pretty significant. Got that with the
It is
Sanj as
massive.
well as the Halberd, like Halberd coming out. This could be very difficult for Sylar. And
Sylar is
I
the
think,
only one with a
honestly,
dispel.
yeah, honestly, AsterArise have put themselves in a very good spot.
100%. Now, the next task is start pressuring the map. Make sure Medusa can't farm as freely.
And they've done an okay job at that in this top lane, taking the triangle over. But if they can really shrink the map, EHOME are going to struggle to find farm, and they're going to struggle to keep themselves close in this game.
Look at Mirana's quick buy. Instant Wind Waker. I mean, it makes sense against Axe, but it's a very big investment.
It's a massive investment. We'll see if Yuna can get towards it. I'm wondering,
It's
is that the
4.4k gold.
proper investment though?
Yeah, it's a good question. Like, rather than investing to like a Lotus Orb or something, you're going straight for Wind Waker. Doesn't really give you any health or anything. I will see if it makes a difference or not. Maybe it's a 5-head play.
Could just be cute, and if he doesn't feel confident going for it, switch it off. But if he does get the gold, like, it's not something that you're gonna really regret getting.
Yeah. Okay, so do someone for the Dragonlance next. Is he actually foregoing the Skadi completely? But it's actually this sort of hard counter to two of the heroes. Very interesting. Another big smoke now.
AsterArise, they're smoked. Let's see if they can make anything of this. Blink call coming through onto the Bristle. They've got the Icarus side, but the silence, that's going to stop the Supernova from coming in. They've got the 3-man Dream Code. They get the kill on a Fade. They're going to look over as Ooh is going to dive in deep to potentially get the kill on the Phoenix before he gets the Supernova off. Daunted and killed. X-Nova is dead. Double kill for Ooh. They've used the Stone Gaze. They've got the Blink as well as the call coming in under the Morphling, and they will get the kill on Ooh. XM gets credit for that. It's a 2-for-1 with the buyback coming through from Fade. All of a sudden, that feels pretty good for EHOME, despite the fact that they did lose 2 and bought back.
Yeah, it was a very close call. He was about to waveform out. Gets caught just in the nick of time by Chalice. As you said, suddenly it's not looking so bad anymore for EHOME. Morphling is really the big guy. If you can shut him down early into the fight, he was forced to BKB, or rather, well, he wasn't forced. He BKB to kill the Phoenix, and after he used the rest of it to run away, but doesn't quite make it out. You gotta be really careful with your BKB usage. Fade. What is?
Oh, Phoenix juking
Playing with
them
fire.
easily, making it look easy on the juke. That's for sure.
Yeah. Unfortunate for EHOME, they both blink to the same location.
Call on the
Very close
Mirana.
to end this one. He
X over
is
here, and
on.
they won't get the Culling Blade kill, but they will get the kill.
X-Nova is pretty farmed as well for a 5 Phoenix. As a vessel, already level 12.
Yeah, obviously
Jealous,
X-Nova
closing
is
on his
not,
BKB.
you know, the X-Nova is not the 4. I know they did experiment with that for a little bit, where he was taking the 4 over Fade, but I don't think here he was. I think it's
No,
just
he
a
wasn't.
circumstance that's happened where X-Nova is finding himself more farm.
I mean, he's playing the hero that can push out the lane, right? So it's
Yeah.
more natural to gravitate towards having more gold than your other support. 30 gold away from BKB for Chalice. It's gonna make a massive difference because everything they have is gonna get blocked by that purchase, of course. And Sylar is going pure damage. He's going Daedalus next. Okay. Very interesting. Usually we don't see this from Medusas.
It's not the normal thing we see, that's for sure.
He is outputting a lot of damage though. Especially with that growth bow. He has a very decent frontline as well, so maybe he doesn't have to frontline, but it's gonna make things a little bit harder for XM and Chalice, because they won't have all this information to work with.
With a build like this, if you get second Roshan and pick up that shard, is it like still a given that it's going to Sylar?
I would say so, because you also got the Mystic Snake mana gain talent. So if you're ever in trouble, that can really bail you out.
I'm just wondering if you give
have...
it to like the axe.
Yeah, potentially, or
Blink,
Unsmoke.
Hex, and they've got the lockdown there for the Bristleback with the Air Spike landing. They get the Culling Blade, but Fade, he'll end up dead. He bought back in the previous fight, so he's going to be dead for 70 seconds. The buyback comes up for the Bristleback, the Dream Coil. That'll land on a 2, but this is a Medusa outputting a bit of damage. They've got the disarm that comes through from this Bristleback. Just turn to stone as the Stone Gaze is going, and Siamese Cat will lose his life. The arrow won't connect. AsterArise, they know that Roche is in play on this fight, so they've bought back on multiple heroes.
Yeah, and this is a story that repeats itself a lot in a lot of qualifiers, where the quote-unquote inexperienced team will get off to a very good early lead, but then come mid and late game, they don't really know quite what to do, and then they lose out in the long run. But this time they're actually pretty decisive, going for the next Roche. They don't have ults to contest this. They want to steal it nonetheless, so they've got to be careful.
Blink call, oh, with it low! And the Aegis is picked up by XM. They also got that kill on Roche. Oh, man, and Shard. That's going to be picked up. X-Nova's dead. Sylar loses his courier, but he does get the Daedalus beforehand. He's starting to output some damage. Chow's trying to survive, but he ends up dead. So that's 2 dead on the side of EHOME. They've got the taunt on Ooh. They'll lose the Aegis, but the right-click damage is too much for the Morphling. The hook over the Bristleback. They've got the Dream Coil down. Bristle just surviving with a sliver of health, but there's the Silence. The Aether Remnant doesn't land, and he will walk himself out as Phoenix gets the kill on a Fade. And even with the kill, the Aegis going into the hands of EHOME, it feels like AsterArise get away with murder.
Yeah, it was very close. What did they collect the shard? Who got the shard?
The shard is on Axe.
It's actually on Axe. Okay, so they got everything, right? The cheese as well?
Yeah.
Do they have the cheese? Did they use the cheese in that fight?
Yes.
I guess
I believe Chalice used it immediately.
Yeah, and they just barely didn't have enough damage. Turn that fight around. Get out with the Bristleback, but as you said, like that Roche attempt was very... You know, they were decisive at least, so I like that, but a little bit questionable maybe because they were all ready to fight. They get Axe called just as it hit like 1% health, and XM makes quick work of it. It feels a little bit bad for Aster, because if they're just like a second or two faster, suddenly everything goes their way, and potentially the team fight will go their way as well. But as things stand, this side of Medusa is looking mighty beefy. And mighty painful as well.
Yep.
This
Still yet to die. He lost his
itemization.
courier there, but he's got that Daedalus. Yeah.
It's not something we see a lot, but if you can get away with it, it's obviously very strong. Look at his damage output, it's insane.
Massive TPs towards the top. I want to go for the Bristle. They'll miss the blink call though. Bristol still standing his ground, maybe a little bit too aggressive. May want to shy away from that, but XM not close enough to really make him pay anyway with like a Aether Remnant with a strike forward with the Astral Step.
Yeah, this Bristol is still a very tanky boy. Itemizing for his own BKB. Then they have 2 BKBs up. It's just a question. How much do they care about BKBs? Because they got Supernova, Medusa Gaze, as well as Axe Call. Smoking up right away, going to the triangle. If they catch this Morphing,
they could fight into it. Feels like to me EHOME can fight into the BKBs with almost no worry.
Yeah, 100%. This is why we favorite the draft also.
He's going to be spotted. They also get their hands onto the Mirana. They'll take the courier and the 2 heroes. Sylar with a double now dominating. And time to push bottom from where they're at.
At least no core died, but there was a Elder Titan buyback actually. Can they hit high ground here?
He bought back in the last fight. You've got Scotty being built for Medusa, who quickly after that Dado is finished has 5,000 gold.
Yeah, and Morph has no TP. Puck is not ready to defend either, but EHOME is like, nah, we good.
Maybe playing a little bit safe to try and go for the next Roche.
Yeah, don't blame him. And as you said, Scotty completed suddenly. And now he has that anti-Bristol, anti-morph item. Just itemizing into it a little bit later. But now, like, he's nigh unkillable and he outputs a ton of damage. What's his effective HP, you think? 13k?
For who? Siler?
Yeah.
Effective HP? How do you do the math on effective HP?
Well, it's with armor, right? And then the mana shield counts towards effective HP. I think if you include everything, it's probably close to 1400.
I'm just wondering how you got to that number.
So 2.5 per mana, right? He has 2k mana. So that's 5k. Then you have 2.6k just from your health. And then you have 65%
7,600
physical damage reduction and 25% magic reduction.
I would say 10k.
Oh, 10k?
Maybe 11. Disarm, Hex, Blink, Call coming through to the Bristleback. They're going to TP over another one to try and help, and that other one is the Morphling. Arrow comes in, but only hits onto an illusion. The right click damage is out. They've got the Dream Coil onto the back lines looking for the Lion. They've got the Silence with the Waning Rip, but the Sunray is going to be enough to keep him alive. So he's perfectly fine with the Dream Coil being used. They look to go and find this Puck, but he won't get hit by the Earth Spike as he jaunts over to that Illusory Orb and gets out of harm's way.
Yeah, trying to be a little bit aggressive, but using their spells. Didn't really kill anyone with it. Was a very early Stone Gaze as well, so they can't really pressure anything more than what they did. Rosha may respawn in 2 minutes. That's probably what both teams are going to be playing for. It's going to be the big one with the Shard, or rather the Refresher Shard, or the Axe Scepter, but Smoke Up from Ares.
Ooh, this is dangerous. No Dream Coil.
XM has an A on this though. How do you kill him? Tough kill.
I'm not sure you win a fight without the control of the Dream Coil, but they're going to have Chalice over to the side, Yule's up into the air. It's actually Wind Wakered up into the air. They get the kill on a Fade, but that's going to be a two-man Silence. Earth Splitter, it's out onto Chalice, but it's really not doing enough damage. The Battle Hunger is through, and they get the kill on Yuna. Now they look over at the Bristleback, who's throwing out the Viscous Nasal Goo over onto Chalice, who's popped the BKB. He's on the run. The Aether Remnant hits this Elder Titan, and they've bought back on Fade. Mystic Snake, the right clicks, the BKB, it's popped by Uru, and Siamese Cat ends up dead. They'll go for the Morphling Waveform onto the high ground, but is it far enough? It is. Aether Remnant won't connect. He'll end up surviving, and the TP escape is there. But you're looking at where Sylar is in the net worth, and you're wondering yourself, do AsterArise, or will AsterArise have the tools necessary to bring this one back?
It's a tough ask at this point. Dusa also 25. That means all of the juicy multipliers that he built are applying to everybody, including the Daedalus crits. It might be a little bit too much. Morphin getting caught out as well.
Yeah, he's still silenced. Waveform onto the high ground. Now they've got the Disarm onto the Medusa, looking for the Blink Call, but won't land it. Puck going back and forth. The Viscous Nasal Coup on to 3.
Still not feeling super confident. I guess they just want to play really safe, just wait for the next Roshan. But I feel like as though they could just knock on the high ground. Yeah. Potentially an instant spawn. They're lucky. That's Mirana all popped.
Bristol's right under their nose. Juco comes out. They should be able to get the kill into the Phoenix. The Starstorm is enough. X-Nova ends up dead, and he doesn't have buyback. The Stone Gaze used by this Medusa. The damage onto the Fuck. Phoenix.
Damage on the Bristol.
He's in trouble, but Bristol gets caught. There's the Coaling Blade. Chalice gets the kill. They've got the right click to slow down Siamese Cat, as well as the Astral Step. The Aether Remnant doesn't land. He'll look for the sleep, and that'll hit onto the Medusa. Earth Splitter waveform going forward, but is this where you want to be? They've got the Hex, they have the Silence, the Aether Remnant that was left there for the Elder Titan gets this Ulu Morphling, and they'll get the kill. 82 seconds, no buyback, 92 without the Bristle, and this is looking like it's all dire straits for AsterArise.
Yeah, no buybacks on two of the most important cores they have. And he waveformed into the Medusa without BKB. How many times have we seen that today where Morphin just doesn't BKB? Way too many times. And Medusa is just not dying. Like, even if your BKB there was a rough waveform decision, you might be getting mega. She cut the creep wave, so
Yeah,
good decision making by
is
him.
up.
Yeah, you recognized it fast that they needed to get rid of the creep waves. Good job by him. Really stopping the bleeding a little bit, but
Ooh, Puck.
Fade.
He's got the Hex.
Gets the Hex.
They have the vision, and there's the Earth Spike, and there's the kill.
Yep. And that's how easy it is when you play Lion against Puck. Anytime you try to split push anywhere, you gotta be so aware of where Lion is. If you don't see him on the map, you gotta be scared. And now he has an A on this, so he's not gonna be dying anymore. Roshan respawn in 10 seconds is a fast one. And Puck will have to buy back if they want to contest it. If they do get this Aegis, on the Radiant side, you can probably see the writing on the wall.
Right.
It's a refresher shot. What does that go to, actually? X? Maybe XM?
No contest here from AsterArise. They're actually going to just let the Puck respawn naturally.
They
No
still have
buyback.
30 seconds. They might be looking to go high ground anyways.
Could force it.
The shard. The Void Spirit for now. But I think it could be really game breaking on the Phoenix as well. He's level 19 already. It's a big egg.
Blink forward with the Hex coming out from Fade. Looking for the sweep. That'll hit onto the Medusa. They've got the blink as well as the call coming through into the Bristle back. Earth Spike following it up. Arrow coming in. That won't hit, but Fade, he'll have his Aeon just procced by the Adaptive Strike coming through from Ulu and that E-Blade. Jump in, Aether Remnant one more time. Blink
Damage
call,
on the
the
Bristle
damage on the
again.
Bristle, but they've got that Wind Waker to keep him up and alive. Earth Splitter coming through. It'll do a decent amount of damage onto Chalice, who get hit with the Dream Coil, but he'll eat the cheese and pop the BKB. They'll go the other way after Yuna, who will buy back immediately. The Illusory Orb over Fade. Astral Step. Ooh, the Silence coming through on a Phoenix. They'll get the kill with the Culling Blade. Chalice is there to finish him off, and they look over the Elder Titan, who's silenced, stuck, and gone. Siamese Cat, well, he got cut in half, so he's just Cat at this point and dead for 70 seconds. And this set of racks over top is gone.
Yeah, and they're probably just gonna go for Megas. Play it safe. Don't know how you fight back at this point. Dusa still with the Aegis. Maybe the Axe is a target. Arrow on the Void Spirit.
Yeah, but he's got
damage.
the Aeon Disc. They have the Hex onto the Morphling. They're going to lock him up, but there's the Wind Waker once again. They've got the Silence that comes through with the Resonant Pulse of this Void Spirit. Dagging even, arrow through. Is it enough? It's only enough to get Fade for now, but they've got the call on Ulu. He's going to wait for him away. They got the supports out. X Nova, he's dead. The jump forward looking for the Bristle back. He's running, throw the Viscous Nasal Goo out. They have the damage to get two supports, but can they get anything more from this? No jaunt over to the Illusory Orb. Phoenix, he doesn't have Dream Coil for 12 seconds, but maybe they want to give chase. And that's exactly what they're going to do with the Blink Waning Rift. Viscous Nasal Goo now slowing down Sylar, who has the Aegis. So do you really want to chase into this? The Mystic Snake comes all the way back, gives him about half his mana pool back. As XM throws down the Aether Remnant, he's hit by the Dream Coil. Yuno looking for the arrow. That's going to land on the Void Spirit. They're going to buy back on the Phoenix. They've got themselves the Adaptive Strike coming through from Ulu to get the kill onto the Void Spirit. So XM's dead. Sylar just right-clicking away with the BKB powered by Ulu. And now the Adaptive Strike to stop him in his tracks. But coming back in is this Bristle back. The right-click damage. No, the Blink Call coming up for Chalice. The Waning Rift. The Silence is there with BKB. They'll get the Aegis out of the hands of the Medusa. And now Yuno looking to set up an arrow. But the Creep Wave's there. Get down, Mr. President. Sylar, he's in some trouble. Wind Waker's there once again to set up the arrow coming up from Yuna. And they want to continue to go in on this Medusa, who's stunned up for quite some time. But Phoenix, is he looking for anything more? It's not likely. As AsterArise, they pull the ejection cord and get out. That was a lot of control, a long fight for XM and Fade at the end there.
Yeah, ultimately though, Medusa is the big winner of the fight. They can't bring him down twice, there's no chance. And maybe he's even a little bit happy about dying there, to be honest. He was so slow. He's like, please kill me so I can get my threats back in the slot. But as you said, it was a hold, but a very costly hold. And his Medusa's not getting any weaker, you know? He just finishes BKB, has 5k gold on top of that, so maybe we'll just buy out a Moon Shard. And once this XM Void Spirit is back up, you might just look for the Megas. And this time around, you don't have a lot of the buybacks available.
Right.
Yeah, three of
Medusa,
them
Axe, Bristle, the only ones available with buyback. And now the Morphling's got his.
The Morphling's itemizing into damage just to be able to fight the Medusa. Like, they need to somehow ignore the Medusa and kill the backline first, which is so hard to do at this point. Because the backline is pretty beefy as well. Look at the Phoenix, 3k health. Aeon Disc on the Lion. Aeon Disc on the Void Spirit. Axe, BKB, Lotus Orb. Everyone's just so survivable at this point. And how do you just ignore the Medusa? She did so much damage.
Yeah, it's really tough to ignore the Medusa. That's just got you down the barrel of the bow, I guess, that a Medusa holds.
Yeah.
Axe almost level 25. He's got the blink as well as the call coming through onto the Bristleback. Wind Waker once again. This Wind Waker has been all right for them, but the question is it enough to really save the day?
Well, look at his inventory. Pretty much naked other than the Wind Waker. As you said, was it the right investment? Because there could have been a lot of other items.
Now moving over towards mid, smoked up, maybe trying to get in undetected through the base rather than right at it. They've got the Hex coming through as well as the Finger. They're going to go after the Elder Titan. Now the Icarus Dive as well as the Supernova coming out.
This is
Running
getting blown
on
up.
the Bristleback. They get the kill on the Siamese Cat as well as this Bristle. They'll take out two with the BKBB pop by Sylar. He'll stand his ground and go for the tier 3 bottom. But they've bought back on the Bristle. They'll TP him into the front lines, into a Hex, into a call, into some trouble with the Dream Coil coming down. They get the kill on a Fade. He's going to be dead for 80 seconds with the BKB. It almost doesn't feel like enough from this Bristle. They'll go to the Stone Gaze. They got the kill on X-Nova. Both support set again on the side of EHOME, and this is where they start to pick away on the side of AsterArise. But Uru's gone to the Dagon of XM. They will take out this Morph. He does have buyback. Now the call coming through onto the puck. They've got the lockdown, but do they have the damage to get the kill? The Illusory back onto the high ground. Battle Hunger, though, slowing him down a lot. The arrow hits into the face of this Medusa, as now back into the fight is this Bristle. Fade, he finally finds his way all the way back to the bottom lane of the Dire base, and he'll try to help out. He's got that Earth Spike. Wind Waker once again. The call's gonna miss. He'll use that flicker to back away, and he's just trying to keep his distance from this Axe who's got the control to potentially get the kill. But now moving forward, Viscous Nasal Goo. They've got the Hex onto the Morphling, and now the Finger as well as the Culling Blade. It's not gonna be enough just yet, but the Dagon's there as well as the Culling Blade coming through from Chalice. They get the kill on Ulu. They'll lose Fade. They'll lose Chalice. Phoenix holding the game for them for a moment, but they look over the Bristleback who's gonna be Wind Waker again by Yuna. Up into the air. Flicker once more, getting away from Chalice who just fought back. They've got the call out onto the puck. Phoenix in trouble, and he will die. He's gone for 2 minutes, and it's looking likely that AsterArise will lose this game. Without 2 of their cores, the hold is almost impossible. The Starstorm doesn't land, and they'll call GG. So EHOME, although be it a struggle, will finally take game 1.
Yeah, on the back of Sylar Medusa, on the back of a really good draft. The execution come mid-game was really good. Very well executed Roche fights.